Okay, I've tried to read this. Today I'm gonna try to. I wrote it down about my thought piece on black women, and it was going to be about the whole angry black woman stereotype. If you if you're like me, you've heard this many times. Black women are angry, they are bitter, and all that. And black women hate that. I can understand why they hate it because it always put them at a negative light. And I think black women wants to be seen as more than just angry, bitter women. Now, what do I think about that stigma? I think it's true. But at the same time, I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a gift. I think it's a good thing that, that should be bitter, or the bitter and the angry part. Why? It's because of our history. It's like us as black people in general, black women and black men, we both been in the bottom of the totem pole. We weren't considered as humans first. Every once in a while they try to show us, especially the white man, they try to show us that we're not good enough, that we're not important, or that the white people were better than us. It's been shown in the histories, it's been shown on television, it's been shown everywhere. You get sick and tired of that. It gets angry. So so why do I think it's a good thing? Because I feel like us knowing this, we should take that anger and we flip it into a positive thing. Why am I angry? The thing about black women is, when they're angry, they let you know. Some people they'll be like, they won't tell you, but some people, when there's something that's bugging them, they'll let you know. When you something think is bullshit, they'll let you know. And that's what I've always appreciated about black women. You can't, especially if they've been fucked over before, they don't want to get fucked over again. So you can understand. I can always understand where the anger comes from. Now, why is it looked at so negatively? And my only answer, and if I've always thought about this, it's like, it's nothing wrong with you being bitter and angry if something makes you bitter and angry. But if I'm not the reason that you cause your bitter and angriness, if I'm not the reason for it, I don't want to be yelled at. And I think that's what's wrong with black women. You kind of lash out on people that doesn't deserve it instead of the people that do deserve it. There's been times where I've had a ex, and I've never put my hands on a woman, but we had a talk about domestic violence, and basically it was out about Chris Brown or Rihanna or something like that. But I remember, I think she asked me if would I ever hit a woman, and I told her I don't ever want to put my hands on a woman, but at the same time, I don't know what my button is, so I don't want to know that. I don't want to ever get to that point where I would hit you, and since I don't know what it is, I don't want to ever get that angry. Now, me personally, it takes a lot to get me angry, but at the same time, I don't know what's going to make me hit you upside your head. So why test that? I guess you didn't like the answer, and we had to talk about it, so it's all shaking out. But usually, the type of person I am, if you're angry, and if I'm the one, let's say if I cheat on you, I expect you to curse me out. I expect you to curse me out. I expect you to call me all types of MFers and all the other stuff, the pieces of shit and all the other stuff. But if I'm doing good and everything's going good, and then something's bugging you, and if I'm asking you what's wrong, I don't want you. I'm the type of person that's just like, look, I don't want you to lash out or get angry at me or anybody else that doesn't deserve it. And that's what's wrong. And to me, that's what's wrong with. That's why people look at it negatively. If you lash out on the person that deserve it, people wouldn't really look at you as angry veteran because you be in the right. Also, how can I say it? It's just white people scare easy. If you're white and you listen to this, you can say I'm right or wrong, but let's be real. White people scare easy, especially in this time of age. It's been on video that black people were just intimidated because I've always said this. We just have this strength about us. We just have this superhero aura about black people. It's in our walk, it's in our talk, it's in our DNA. And if we have that, nothing. I remember, if I could quote Brother Muzone, from The Wire, he said, what's the scariest thing? Is a nigga with a library card. It's we have the strength, but if we mix that strength with the intelligence, we are scary to people. And that's basically what slavery was. They tried to keep us dumb. So we'd be easier to control. But once there's always someone that's smart that wants to learn something and all that other stuff, they killed them. So they didn't want no smart nigga. So overall, what do I think? I think you should embrace it. If someone calls you bitter or angry, you should be like, thank you. But you should also do you know why I'm bitter or angry? Now, I'll probably be a weirdo because I think when black women, sometimes when black women curse you out, I think it's kind of sexy. But baby, that's just me. But I also know there's times when black women curse people out, it's borderline masculine. You wanna when a black woman really curses you out, you be want to throw hands with them, but you don't because you want to protect black women as all the delicacy. So I just want black women to not look at it as a curse, but look at it as a gift. And how can I use that to make myself a better person? It's how can I use the bitterness, the angriness, I don't even know if that's a word, but how can I use this bitter and anger and then flip it into a good thing? And that's another thing black people are real good at, with flipping negatives into positive. So I think, and I've always said this, black men and women, we just need to sit down. We need to talk about our troubles and what we need to do to get better. Because once we unite, it's over. And I don't care anybody say, maybe 13% of us, but if we unite, Lord have mercy, will everything just come together. So let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Until then, my name is Oscino Fly, and I'm out. Peace. P.S. I love you, black women. Let's bounce. Hey, wait a minute, hey, wait a minute, y'all. Wait, I know you're feeling it, you're on shout. Hey, make you wait and baby. Do you know what time it is? Tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? I say, tell me, do you know? Do you know what time it is? I put your